Saving money is supposed to make you safer. So why do so many savers still fall behind? Why does the person who spends less, sacrifices more, and does the responsible thing still feel broke? Because in a soft money system, saving the wrong money can be the slowest way to lose. And that is the part nobody wants to say out loud. You were taught that saving cash is discipline. But what if discipline inside a broken measuring system is exactly what keeps you poor? And once you see that, you will never look at your savings account the same way again. This is not a hype video. This is not anti-saving. And this is definitely not me telling you to gamble your life away. This is built on real wage data, purchasing power data, FDIC savings rate data, broad money data, and Bitcoin's monetary design. And the uncomfortable truth is simple. Most people are not poor because they failed to save. They are poor because they saved in a unit that keeps losing its honesty. This is the first trap. People think risk looks like volatility, a chart moving up and down, a number swinging violently, something that scares you. But the most dangerous kind of loss usually does not look violent. It looks calm. It looks normal. It looks like a savings account. That is why the trap works. You open your banking app, the number is still there. Maybe it is even a little higher, and that makes you feel safe. But safety is not the same thing as preserved purchasing power. That is the lie. Because if the measuring unit itself keeps softening, then your money can sit perfectly still and still lose ground. Imagine you spend 10 years filling a bucket. You are disciplined. You skip things. You work weekends. You save every month. Now imagine the bucket has a slow leak in the bottom. Not a dramatic leak, a respectable leak. A leak so quiet you barely notice it. That is what soft money does to savers. It does not always steal with panic, it steals with time. And that is why so many responsible people wake up one day and realize, I did everything right. Why do I still feel behind? A savings account protects nominal dollars. It does not guarantee real purchasing power. That distinction sounds small. It changes everything. Because if your dollars grow slowly, while the world around them reprices faster, you are not compounding freedom. You are just slowing the decay. This is where the conversation gets smarter. When people talk about inflation, they usually talk about averages, a basket, an index, a broad national snapshot, and that matters. But your future is not an average basket. Your future is personal. Your future is your savings, your optionality, your freedom to stop trading time for money, your ability to hold value across years, not just survive the month. So even if a broad inflation measure says things are not that bad, that does not mean your savings are doing what you need them to do. Because there is a huge difference between surviving the month and preserving your power across a decade. Most people think saving is stacking money, but real saving is not stacking paper. It is transporting your labor through time. That is what saving actually is. You work today. You want that effort to remain meaningful tomorrow. Now we get to Bitcoin, and this is where most people split instantly. One side hears Bitcoin and thinks speculation. The other hears Bitcoin and thinks salvation. Both reactions are too shallow, because before Bitcoin is either of those things, it is a different answer to the problem of saving. Bitcoin asks a very different question. What if the money itself did not keep changing? What if the measuring stick was harder? What if the saver did not have to outrun dilution just to stand still? That is why Bitcoin matters. Not because it is perfect, not because it is easy, and definitely not because it cannot hurt you in the short term. Bitcoin is volatile. It can be violent. It can punish bad timing. So no, this is not the childish, put everything into Bitcoin argument. Here is the serious argument. Bitcoin has a supply that does not expand forever. Its issuance is predictable. Its total supply is capped. That changes the psychology of saving, because now your question changes. You stop asking, how many dollars did I save? And start asking, how much of my life did I move into something scarce? Here's the part that hurts. You listened. You were careful. You did not blow money on stupid things. You stayed disciplined. You stacked cash. You acted like an adult. And the reward? Watching safe money get weaker while your future got more expensive. That is the betrayal. Not that you were reckless, that you were responsible inside a system that quietly punishes responsibility. A lot of people are not poor because they never saved. They are poor because they saved in the wrong vehicle for too long and mistook stability for strength. They saw no volatility, so they assumed there was no danger. But there is more than one way to lose. You can lose loudly, or you can lose silently. And the silent version is often far more permanent. So when I say saving money keeps you poor, I do not mean saving is stupid. I mean saving in money that keeps getting softer can trap you in slow-motion decline. The real goal of saving was never to admire a number on a screen. The real goal was freedom, optionality, time, breathing room, the ability to say no. So let me ask you the real question. What keeps people poor longer? Not saving enough or saving in the wrong money? Comment one line. Cash is safer or scarcity is safer. And if you want part 2, I will make the next video on this. Bitcoin, why your emergency fund may be costing you freedom.